It's the Dogwell Chronicles. It's the feast of Saint Nicasius of Jerusalem. Born in 1135, he was a hospitaler, which is like the Knights of the Templar, except I think they built hospitals, and later their ministry turned more toward military, like the Templars. He went on crusade against the Saracens, which are some form of Muslims or something like that. In a certain area, they were mostly Muslims or Arab, but they caught him. They told him to renounce his Christianity. He said, "I'd rather die," basically. Oh no! What happened to your? Where's your? I didn't bring your treats. Great. So they said, "You won't become a Muslim." So they cut his head off. Because see, that's how they do. That's what it was. This is 1135. Islam had been around for about 600 years. Dobby! What is wrong with that dog? For around 600 years, and this is what they do. It's pay tax, jizya, something or another. Forget what a jizya, probably. It's probably what. Anyway, you pay a tax, you convert, or you die. Those are your three options. Look it up, people. If you think I'm making it up, look it up. That's how it started. If you notice, when Muhammad went, what was the story here? When he didn't, let me see if I get this right. When he wasn't embraced his new idea that he was the boss of a new religion, when that didn't pan out, stop pulling, walk slow. He said that the Jews will recognize him, and then the Christians. And when the Christians looked and said, "You're not a prophet to us. Our prophets are already done." And when the Jews looked and said, "To be a prophet for the Jews, you have to be a Jew, and you're not Jewish. So no, Muhammad, you're not a prophet for either the Christians or the Jews. Sorry, you are not a prophet." How often did the prophets benefit too? Don't prophets usually die? Or not usually, often die. They don't it's not usually the idea that I'm a prophet, so now I benefit. Like, as in, I get to have a bunch of sex slaves. Like anybody I conquer, I can take. It's either their wives or their slaves. I forget which it is. Or there are some stipulations, some considerations, but mostly not. So anyway, Saint Nicasius refused to convert to that type of... basically, Islam is Muhammad as the head. Sorry, Gus, we got to go get your treats. Muhammad as the head who benefits, and mixed with heretical Christianity and some Judaism thrown in there. A lot of Judaism thrown in there. But with Muhammad as the head honcho guy, not as God, but as the guy who somehow reaps the benefits. And anyone who follows him also gets to reap those carnal benefits, which is kind of suspicious from the get-go. So Saint Nicasius was beheaded 1187. What else was there about him? Oh, I think his relics were brought in to a church in Sicily. Dog, slow down. In Trapani, Sicily. St. Peter's in Trapani. So, St. Nicasius, pray for us. Those who have a level-minded head and don't lose their head, pray for our country that it regains its mind and its sensibilities and its rationale It's logical thinking that when I'm looking at Abraham Lincoln, I'm looking at a man, and if I'm looking at Marilyn Monroe, I'm looking at a woman, and no matter what they tell me, that's a woman and that's a man. That marriage is a man and a woman making a vow before community and oftentimes before God that they will stick together, take care of each other, and in the case of religious, try to help each other get to heaven, and that they will do the same and take care of any offspring that invariably come from the union of a man and woman when the two become one. So let's pray for the conversion of the Americas. Pray for the souls in purgatory. Let's ask the saints to pray for us. Let's ask Saint Nicasius of Jerusalem to pray for us. And yeah, and it's a beautiful day, around 82, with a breeze that you can actually feel some coolness on your shoulders. So that's kind of nice. So, yeah, do that. Stop.